Hi, this is Pete Ekman with RoboZone Podcast. We're in build week 5 of Reefscape. I cannot believe it's 5. We're in week 5 already. With me tonight, I have the Botmasterz, so we'll go through some introductions. Sherry, please introduce yourself.
Absolutely. Hi, Pete. Thanks for having us. I am Sherry Betcher, the head coach of the all girls FRC 9255, the Botmasters. We are entering year 3.
So no longer sophomores, no longer rookies. You're in the hardest year, and that's the 3rd year. But before we get to that, who's to your right?
Hi, I am Shelby McMillan. I'm just part of the team. It's my second year.
Shelby's our team captain.
Oh yeah, I am. Forgot about
Weren't you
that.
to the driver last year too, if I remember correctly?
Yeah.
Are you still the driver?
Yes.
Oh, so you have some pressure. Not only
Upgraded a little
team
bit.
captain, but pressure as the driver this year. We'll talk about that too. So thanks for coming on board. Botmasters is one of our LTU sponsored teams. We're going to cover all the LTU sponsored teams because you guys were at kickoff. So let's start at kickoff. How was the kickoff event this year? It was kind of unique, wasn't it?
I like that. It was my first kickoff. I didn't go last year. I was sick, but I thought it was pretty fun. We got free popcorn. We were counting down for the video get shown, so it was pretty cool.
And you guys have the most unique because I know the background, I know what happened. So wasn't that LTU this year? You guys were in a movie theater, right?
Yeah.
So that is like the ultimate experience for a kickoff event is being in a movie theater. I didn't get popcorn at kickoff, so at least you have. Did you have pop too?
Yeah, we got a bunch of free stuff. Like
Oh,
Yeah.
we had
cool.
popcorn, a drink, fruit snacks.
And tell them what you want.
Oh yeah, and I want a giveaway. I got a speaker.
Oh, awesome. I'll have to talk to Lauren. I didn't even get a speaker, so. But I'm glad you enjoyed kickoff, and I'm glad you guys enjoy the sponsorship from LTU because I know being a mentor myself, that's always good to get sponsorships and partner with your organizations that sponsor you. So you guys have a really good following with LTU because you guys were sponsored last year too, if I remember correctly.
We were, yeah. They reached out. So LT reached out our first year as rookies and asked us to come. And we were like thrilled because we didn't know, like we'd never been to a kickoff. We didn't really have any kickoff plans. We were absolutely thrilled and have been psyched to continue to work with LTU every year. And this year we're hoping to even enhance that partnership even more and hopefully do a little bit more interaction with them and get some more support. And we're looking forward. Lauren's talking about expanding the partnership and involvement with the team. And I'm thrilled about that because we definitely would love to work, strengthen that partnership with LTU. We're incredibly proud to be an LTU sponsored team. So we want to
Maybe
make you guys proud.
maybe we'll have to send Denver. Denver's our video guy. If you guys have, I'm sure you guys met Denver at one
Yeah, he
point
came
or another.
out. So he came out our first year to our build season or
Mhm.
our build room. We build out of a classroom. We get a little part of a classroom. We're third year team. A lot of teams start that way. So we're
Yes.
still in that like we need our own space. We need our own space. So yeah, he came out and did an interview and it was a lot of fun. He's a great guy.
Maybe we'll have to get him there this year before you guys go into
Yeah.
comp season. So, tell me what you guys thought about the game. Let's talk about Reefscape. What did you guys think about the game release?
It's really confusing. It's
How?
it looks first thing, it looks way better and like fun. More fun than last year's game. When I first watched it, I was confused. So I watched it a couple more times. I started to get a little more. I'm still gonna be confused until like the day we actually do it because you don't really know what's gonna happen until like you actually get out there. But I really like that you can like I'm mad that I'm a driver because you can shoot it up there with a human player. I like
Yeah.
that part.
Oh,
So
so you like the
she's
human
a,
player
she,
aspect. Yeah.
Yeah.
she's an athlete. Shelby's an athlete, so she loves sports. So the fact that the human player gets to shoot and she's driving, she's like, I really want to shoot the ball.
Well, maybe in one match you hand the controls over to someone else and train them, and then you can do that.
No.
Yeah.
Not letting her go. No, actually, we do have to train two drivers because Shelby, one of her side gigs is she's on the DECA team and she made
Okay.
it to states.
Oh, congratulations.
Yeah, yeah, really proud of her. So we're gonna be at Kettering too, and then we're also gonna be at Wayne State the following weekend. So Shelby will be driving on at Kettering, and then Wayne State, we've got to have our backup driver in there because she'll be killing it at States for DECA.
Oh yeah, DECA's a huge thing. My master's is in MBA, so I very much respect DECA. I was in DECA when I was in high school.
Oh,
So
that's cool.
yeah. Yeah. So the life's the limit. MBAs, every CEO has an MBA usually. So
Yeah.
that's a little piece of advice for you when you go off to college. I'm glad you enjoyed the game. It is quite confusing. Your strategy is going to be very different from match to match, but always talk to the other alliance partners and see what they want you to do. So what you guys are in week 5, same as me in week 5. It's the tough week because you're either waiting on parts or you're trying to, figure out the last pieces. So where are you guys in your build? How about that question?
Uh, we were trying to build this the coral
Intake.
intake,
Okay.
but we got a little stuck.
Okay.
That's okay. We're just gonna push through and we're gonna figure out what to do. But we're not, I feel like we're pretty much on pace for the
Oh,
fifth
good.
week. I personally think before winter break, we'll be 60% done.
Yeah, but Shelby, like, my goal, my drop dead date to have the robot built and coded is February 13th. That's the deadline.
That's
So
nine days from today.
yeah, it's 9 days. So we're gonna push through. We're building the Rev starter bot this year.
Oh, okay.
Which, the first year we did the every bot, the second year we did the kit bot, and this year we're doing the Rev starter bot, and we're making some modifications because we're
Okay.
using a different elevator than they have. So, a lot of modifications are happening, and we don't CAD yet. Like that's a
Mhm.
goal of ours. So K9 Robotics was kind enough is mentoring us, and they've been super helpful. They helped us with our programming. We got a swerve drive this year. We're psyched about that. So we had a tank drive the first 2 years. This year we've got a swerve drive. Shelby spent the summer at my house on my dining room table building the swerve.
It's gonna be a great summer.
It was a great summer.
Have you driven it yet, though, Shelby?
No, I haven't.
Oh, the fun's gonna start. The fun's
Yeah,
gonna
it
start.
is.
Have you driven a drone? I know it's weird to say
Yeah,
driven a drone, but have you played with a drone before?
yeah.
It's a lot like a drone. Just
Okay.
think like that, like forwards, left and right. You're strafing left and right, and then you use the right thumbstick to spin the robot. So think like that. Or maybe there's another team around you that has a swerve drive that you can test with. Reach out
So
to them.
yeah, it's up and running. We just we don't really have the space, and
Oh, yeah, you have to have the space for that swerve too, depending on how fast you're driving too, right?
yeah, I'm a little afraid to cut her loose in the hallway. So
No, it's like they don't trust me because we had a tank. Well, the tank you're allowed to do some crazy things. It's a tank.
she's
No,
feared.
that's tank drive. It's not a tank. I'm a former military guy. No, you can't. Yeah, you can't drive. Okay, so I'm going to give you some advice. You ready, Shelby? Because I'm a
Yeah.
drive coach myself, right? And I've coached teams with swerve drives for the last 6 years. Okay, so you want to encourage, and this is more for you, Sherry. Have your coders turn down the velocity of the robot by like 50% to 60% until she gets used to it, and then give her full speed. That way
Okay.
she gets used to it. Shelby, you don't want to wreck the robot before you get it to competition, right?
Yeah.
Because you don't want Sherry to have a heart attack. Um, but by doing that, you get to learn how it moves, especially driving first year swerve, and that you've never done that. And um, precision is good. It's not about speed this year. It's about precision because you got to place the coral, right? So it's not about how fast you can get down the thing like last year and get the note and run back. It's picking up the coral and putting it right on preciseness. Slow and precise is good. Fast
Yeah,
over time.
yeah. That's
Just
great advice. Thank you. I'll have them
Yes.
turn it down because we
Thank you.
did. So our backup drive. So Shelby's been in and out of the hospital a little bit,
Yeah.
but So we've been missing her a lot. So we did get the backup driver to drive the robot,
Okay.
unfortunately, before you. She's probably hearing this for the first time. She's probably not happy, but
I don't know about this.
she was blown away. Katie did drive it and she loved it, but it was she was blown away by how fast it was. Like,
Still
Yep.
my
Turn
we
it
are.
turn it down before you get on it. Well, Shelby, I'm glad you're in person, right? I'm glad you're not in the hospital and that you got
yes.
returned to your team. And you always got to train a backup. So that's nothing on you that you always have to have two drive teams because if someone gets sick or if someone's like you has an event that you have to get to, a lot of my team's in the band. So that's always, something that happens and I have to have two drivers. So, but turning it down will help you learn that, Shelby, a lot better. Because I'm
Yeah.
sure you want to be precise. You want to put that coral right where it needs to go.
Yeah.
We could play what's it called? Battle bots after the season, not during the season.
Yes, battle bots.
Yeah.
I'm
Oh,
actually in the
I
works
your
of getting that
eyebrows went up
something.
when you said that. So you went battle bots and they went up and down. So cautious. But you always want to make sure the bumpers are on the robot when you drive that thing too. So
Yeah. We'll
oh, and one
definitely
more piece of advice because you said drive it in the hallway. Okay. Swerve wheels like to make indentations in flooring.
what's that?
In wood, yeah. We don't want that to happen. And our building is a historical building.
Yeah, I
Like
could see. Yeah.
they'd throw us out. They would kick us out. They would not even let us come back ever again if we
Put a
hurt.
piece of carpet underneath it when you're driving it, so you don't, you know, ruin the floor.
Oh boy.
I've done it. I've actually in one of my previous teams. Luckily, it wasn't a historic building; it was an old building, so they didn't really care. But the lines, the tread in the wheel, it's spinning so fast that when you do a turn, it leaves marks even in the wax in the flooring. I don't want you guys to get in trouble either.
I
Yeah.
don't know. We'd
So
get like in so much trouble.
no, you're not going to get in trouble because you haven't done it yet. But here's another piece of advice. Reach out to other teams in the area, see if they have a used piece of carpet. All teams have used carpet. Just a little piece, like an 8 foot by 8 foot piece that you can roll up and
Oh,
then practice on that so you don't ruin the floor.
I've used carpet.
that's a good one.
Yeah.
What you say?
I've used carpet.
You have used carpet. It's got to be a certain kind of carpet, though.
What type of carpet?
No, it's got to be like the kind of carpet we have on the field is very specific. So reach out to what FRC teams are in your area.
Well, 3175
Okay.
is close to us. 1189 is close to us. K&N Robotics done fantastic.
Just reach out to them or someone
Yeah.
when I publish this, they might reach out to
818.
you and say, "Hey, we got some carpet." Um, but the carpet's changing next year too, so everyone's going to want to get rid of their carpet. So now's a good time to ask for a piece, and that way you can test your swerve on it. Because swerve on tile or on wood is totally different driving than it is on the carpet that we use it on the fields.
Wow, that's such good advice.
Yeah.
Thank
Who
you.
who knew this podcast was going to help us so much, Pete?
Hey, I tried. That's what's here for, is try to help people like you guys. Try to figure this stuff out before you get to the comps.
Thank
Right.
you.
No
Thank you.
worries.
We'll definitely be using some other teams. The Bionic Blackhawks are always really good to us.
Really good team. Really good team.
Yeah,
Yep.
they let us use their field. They're fantastic. They've helped us. A robot always breaks, and for that, their site, they always help us. And 8182, the steel armadillos
Yep.
are fantastic too. So
Where are you guys located at again?
so we're in Grosse Pointe, which is just outside of Detroit.
Yep. I'm from downriver. Another team you might want to reach out to. It might be a stretch for you guys to go to, but they'll entertain a visit. Is Team 27, Team Rush. They
Okay.
have an entire practice facility. And so
Okay.
does the Dragons 302, and they listen to this podcast, so they may reach out to you too and say, "Hey, bring your robot to us and you can practice for a whole day."
Hey,
Right?
that'd be great.
Then you get used to the field, Shelby, so you can drive up and down the field. So you can really and they have practice pieces there. So it's just like driving on the real field for the comps. So
Oh yeah, we'll be all over that. We won't get Shelby off that field, practice field.
so Shelby, do you like algae? Do you like not like don't eat algae? I'm just saying, do you like the algae that's on the field?
That's
The
the ball.
ball, the
Oh yeah,
kickballs?
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. We're gonna
Are
play
you?
a little game of kickball after the season's done.
Oh yeah,
Getting in my
that's
head.
you can guarantee those first game pieces will be utilized after the season. I can see massive dodgeball or kickball or something of that nature.
Oh, yeah.
Um, but I don't know that much about the Rev starter bot. Does that handle the LG?
Yep.
Oh, good. Okay. So you guys are going to be totally competitive this year.
Yeah, we definitely will be competitive. The Rev Starter bot doesn't hang. And it doesn't hit the fourth level for
Okay.
for coral, but it does everything else. Well, it doesn't score on the barge, but it'll pick up. It can knock the coral off it can knock the algae off the reef. It can
Mhm.
pick up from the ground. It can pick up from the human, from, I don't know. It can pick up the coral from the human station. It can score on levels 1, 2, and 3.
Yeah.
And yeah, so I think it's going to be pretty competitive. I
Oh,
think
yes. Oh, yes. Yes.
unlike last year, our kitbot it was very
We have a
disappointing.
team.
We have what?
We have a team. You didn't tell her about our
Yeah,
team.
tell them about that.
We got remember last year we had 2.5 players. This year we actually have 7 now.
Wow.
6, 7,
Six.
6.
You've
We
tripled your.
doubled.
Oh, yeah, that's double. My math's off today.
We,
It's
we
nighttime.
doubled in size. We're psyched about it. And,
Yeah.
Good.
it's
More to come.
Yeah.
As well.
more to
Yes.
come too.
So, Shelby, what year are you in school now?
Junior.
You're a junior, so you're around for another season before Sherry has to worry about losing you, right?
Yeah.
As a team captain.
It'll be
Um,
so
I know.
so the new team members, are they the same age as you? Are they younger? Are they like freshmen?
younger. So that's really good. No, they're really young. I was like, but that's really good though, because they're really smart. They're programmers coming in, freshmen, eighth graders, and they're
Okay.
programming. So that's really good for the team.
That is really good for you. And you need it for Swerve because Swerve is an
Yeah.
entirely different world when it comes to programming. So,
Yeah, K9 helped us with our programming. K9 got our Swerve Drive running, just 2024 in December. They helped us with that. And then once the updates hit in 2025, that's when our new programming coach, we have a brand new programming coach with no FRC or Java experience. He knows every other computer language except for Java. So he's learning and he's teaching as she said, the ninth grade programmer who's fire. She's super smart.
Gas.
What?
Gas. Straight
She's
gas.
Straight gas.
straight gas, she cooks. It's the lingo. Yeah. It's all wrapped around some type of food or cooking food. So, yeah, I get it. I get it. I'm glad you guys are having fun. It sounds like you're having a lot of fun with the season. Third years, like I said, they're really the hard years because first years, when you're rookies, everyone's there to try to help you, and especially as sophomores. But third years are where you kind of start to stand on your own, and that's a difficult year. So I'm glad you guys are doing really good. I can't wait to see the robot. You, Sherry, you said what event you going to? Kettering 2, which good event. What's the second one?
Wayne State.
So you're 2-3. You're a 2-3.
2-3. Yeah,
okay.
yeah. But with our breaks, it just worked out. We don't really have any other choice because we get an entire midwinter break. We get an entire week. So that
Oh,
kind of cancels 2 weekends for us. Next year I might try to say, you have to give me 1 weekend because doing back-to-backs, we did back-to-back last year too, and it's really hard.
it's very hard.
So we're doing it again this year, but I'm going to try to advocate for the girls to give me 1 weekend next year so we don't have to do this again. But
Okay.
we're excited about Wayne State. It's right in our backyard. We're hoping some of our sponsors, we're super lucky because we've got local sponsors who are super supportive of us. Besides LTU, we have a couple of foundations that are local here in the area, and we couldn't do it. We couldn't do what we love without them. The American Association of University Women is our founding sponsor. They're local. We're hoping that they'll come to Wayne State. Actually, one of our sponsors is our volunteer at Wayne State. She's going to
Okay.
be the lead Q-er, which is fabulous.
Awesome.
And then the Grosse Pointe Foundation for Public Ed, that's another sponsor. They're local, so hopefully they'll come to Wayne State because it's literally 15 minutes. And then the GP Steam, which is our third local sponsor, and they're the ones that bought us the Swerve Drive last year. So
Awesome.
we really want them to come and
That's
see it
awesome.
in action.
Yeah.
And the AAUW paid for, at least half the robot. So yeah, we're extremely fortunate to have so many sponsors that are local. And so Wayne States are big. Like, we really want our people to come and see, this is what your money's paying for.
Well, what's
That's the one you're not going to. But Shelby's going to be downtown at the DECA thing. So like,
yeah.
maybe you can, like, after the DECA is over, maybe you can like come
Yeah.
over to Wayne State, because you're not far.
Robots never sleep. They're always running, especially during
Yeah.
comps. So
Especially on Saturday, hopefully like during award ceremony,
yeah,
squeeze.
Pull up.
Yeah, roll
you
up.
pull up and you got a blue banner to hang, maybe.
Let's
Well,
go.
I don't have a car by then too.
Yeah.
I would. I can pull
Well,
up myself.
Yeah.
remember when this podcast is posted, you can always use this for promotion, right? So when I send the link out to your to Sherry, Shelby, make sure you put that on your socials and get those sponsors to watch it. So because you thank them, that's part of sponsoring the team. So that's great work on you guys for doing that. So
Thank you. Oh, absolutely. We really, truly are incredibly blessed and grateful.
so do you guys do off-season competitions outside?
So we haven't had the manpower, women
Okay.
power before. We really hope to this year.
Okay.
Actually, we don't really hope to. We're going to this year for sure. We just haven't had, when you've got three girls on a team and you go through the season with just three girls, you can just imagine how hard they
Yeah,
work.
it is.
And
Yeah.
so off season, they were building a swerve drive. So it was like, how hard can you push these kids without them going, all right, I'm done, I'm out. So, didn't push them for off season, but I think this year after, I think that they'll be really excited to do some off season this year. I hope so, because this robot is, we've had like, we've spent like, I don't know, $2,000 or something on our first 2 years robots. This year is substantially more, like
Yes, it is.
substantially more. So I just feel like we got to get our money out of her.
Yes. Out of Shelby, out of the swerve drive, period. So there's a couple of suggestions I got for you guys, right? The Blackhawks do an all girls
For
event.
sure, we are there.
The Goonettes.
For sure, we're there.
Yeah, that's downriver. That's not too far from you guys. It's like
Yep.
40 minutes, but
We
I know
love
who
them.
I know who
we
runs
have the
them because
Goon
my
Squad.
daughter's on that team. So
Is she?
oh yeah, she's one of the mentors, and she was a female operator when she was on a team. So she's just
that's wonderful.
reminds me of Shelby. So
We adore Brandon. He's an amazing coach. He's always been super supportive of our team. So
interesting. What other things do you guys want to cover as far as the team? Is there anything anyone else should know about the team? I mean, all-girl team, third season. Shelby's going to be a rock star driving the robot around. You have Swerve. You're building the Rev I call it competitive concept starter bot, whatever you guys want to call it. So you positioning the team really well. Kettering 2 is a really good event. I've competed at that event before. Love Kettering. What else should we know about you guys?
So I'd love to share our origin story, but I also want to say, we're doing Kettering week 0 too. So we're going to be there that afternoon. So I'm psyched about that. Shelby was real adamant about, we got to get into Kettering 0. We need that practice. So
Yeah,
good point.
I think we go in with a bunch of new team members, never done robotics like me, feel antsy.
I think it was a good choice to make Shelby the team captain. She looks like she's ready to go.
oh, she's fired up. She's fired up.
Got all our slogans.
Yeah, we crafted a mission. We haven't memorized it yet, so don't ask me for the mission. Check out our website, check out our Instagram page, please like us and follow us.
We will do that.
Right, Shelby? But yeah, we crafted a mission and we really got together and thought about like what is important for this team.
Yeah.
And we really want to be a sisterhood and close-knit group, and we've got each other's back, and we want to create a safe place where girls can really try new things and not be afraid to fail and not worry about who's looking over your shoulder, judging you. We are a sisterhood. And so that's really important to us. And then we want to spread the love for robotics and engineering and really help people to feel empowered and inspired by our team. We want them to look at our team, look at these 3 girls, or 6 girls this year, and look at the amazing things they've done. So we really focus a lot on outreach, and especially with the young folks and
Mhm.
girls in particular. So lately we've been inviting, our goal is to get all of the Girl Scout troops in our cities. We've got 5 Girls Points with
Okay.
8 elementary schools. So we've got 6 of them coming. We had 2 last weekend. We're having another one this Thursday, and 2 more are coming on Saturday. And we're doing an engineering activity that one of our girls invented. She just created this just amazing, like simple but fun. They're creating fidgets out of nuts and bolts and
Okay.
washers. They loved it. Like the Girl Scouts last weekend absolutely loved it. And then giving them opportunity to play with our robot from last year and play catch with our robot. That's like super fun. And then we give them a tour of the build space and talk a little bit about programming. And I mean, the girls absolutely loved it. We had 25 last weekend, and we're expecting 40 on Saturday and I think 10 on Thursday. So we're psyched about that. We're going to continue to do that. And hopefully, we're telling all of them, like, we want to see you on this team someday.
Sure.
So, we started, I'm going to tell you a little quick story about our origin. This is probably too long of a podcast, but I'm going to tell the story because it's important. So we were sponsored originally by the American Association of University Women, the Grosse Pointe branch. So what that organization did is they took a look at some of the research and data that's out there with girls in STEM
Mhm.
and traced it back. Some of the research on elementary students really is a clear indication that, kindergarten kids kind of start out 50-50, like as far as interest in STEM, and then it starts to wane, especially around 3rd grade is really when they start to see a dip. And there's a lot of things that sort of impact that with girls. And so they really saw a need to plug that right there at the 3rd grade level. So they went to the elementary school near us, and they asked the principal, they said, hey, here's the problem and we have a solution. We'd really like to start an all girls FLL team if you'll allow it. And the school, thank God, was all for it. So started an FLL team. A couple of years later, those girls grew up, and then they were in the middle school, and they're like, well, we don't want to stop. Let's keep going. So we
Right.
created the FTC team. Botmasters were created, I want to say that was like 2019. And so then of course, 2 years ago, 2023, 23 is when those girls got even bigger, and they were in the high school level. So, well, 2 of them were in 8th grade and 1 was in 9th. So 2 girls played up. My daughter, that was a tough year for them because they did FTC in the fall and then they did FRC in the winter. And that was like, that
That's
was
rough.
double duty. That was
That's
a
rough.
tough year, but they pushed through. It was amazing rookie year. But I love that. I love that story because it really is about just igniting this passion in these girls, and they don't want to stop. Well, so we keep going, and I imagine after they leave us, they'll come back and mentor, right?
Shelby's not gonna be here in Michigan.
Well, you'll be back on holidays and stuff.
There's this thing called Zoom, Shelby. You can
Oh
mentor
yeah,
from
sure, I'll
remotely.
Zoom.
Yeah,
Yeah.
zoom you in. Anyway, we're creating this like amazing kind of legacy and making some changes and changing some minds, inspiring some folks, and we're really proud of that.
It's a great origin story, and I really respect what you're doing, Sherry, because I'm a robotics dad, right? I told you my daughter went through the program. That's how I got exposed to it. I'm too old to be have gone through this, only by a couple years, and jealous because I didn't get to do it in high school. But as now she's an engineer out of the house, has her own job as a computer engineer. So
Wow.
it worked for her. And
Yeah.
there can't be enough girls teams or girls on teams. So I understand the difficulty there is to recruit girls to get on teams, but I think as the years go, it'll get easier and easier because it's very important. And companies look for female engineers. So that's how, get money to go to school. Go to the school you want to go to, whether it's for business school, which I think you're leaning towards, if I can read the tea leaves, Shelby, or
Yeah.
whether that's robotics or whether that's engineering or what marketing. Anyone can be on a robotics team. So that's the big pitch that I always do as a head mentor. So thank you for what you guys are doing.
We're honored to do it.
Well, it's been a half an hour, and we're going to end this podcast right now. But before we do, we're going to thank you for coming on board. Sherry, you're going to go first. Tell us again who you are, what team you're with, and then we're going to end with Shelby, and she's going to tell us how to follow the team on social media because I know that's her bread and butter. So we'll go with you, Sherry, first.
So I'm Sherry Betcher. I'm the head coach, honored to be the head coach of the 9255 Botmasterz all girls high school team.
And I am Shelby McMillan, team captain on this team. And excited to be here and thank you for having me. And also follow us on our Instagram, which is Botmasterz FRC _,
With a Z.
with a Z.
Oh yeah, BOTMASTERZ. FRC 92555.
Oh yeah, also our team's number in there. Sorry,
Yeah,
sorry.
925.
Yeah.
Don't forget, you're selling yourself short, Shelby, as this is a DECA thing. You're also the driver.
Oh yeah, I am also the driver.
She's a team captain, the driver, lead build.
Founder
She's
of the team.
also the fun captain. I mean, Shelby brings the fun to the team, which is like critically important. She always brings the laughs. And we need that so much because, it can be a little stressful.
Yeah.
So Shelby will loosen it up a lot.
Concentrate on getting that robot done. You got 9 days to go, according to Coach Sherry. And we'll check in with you guys after your second event. I'll call you guys. We'll get you guys back on the podcast, see how the season went for you guys. Maybe you make states by that time. We'll find out.
In April.
Cool. We hope so.
Good
All right,
luck.
Pete. Thanks so much.
Thank you.